We are made of memories, collected over lonely years. We feel more acutely than any human could ever hope, and know more pain than anyone could comprehend. Welcome to Night Vale. Hi everyone, it's Dana, the intern. Well, I'm not the intern any longer, actually. After what happened, I've been made the voice of Night Vale by written appointment. He didn't talk to station management about it though, so I'm not sure how long I'll be here. It's apparently a lifetime appointment, so I doubt they'll change Cecil's decision, but you never know. It's been really, really quiet from in that office. If any of you weren't here earlier this week because all the doors in your house led into alternate dimensions, I feel it is my new duty to fill you in on everything. It's what he would have done, I think. Well, from the beginning, I guess. When I was wandering the dimension between dimensions, I kept getting called to different points in time. I could walk to each of these points and see everything that was happening, but I always felt closest to Night Vale when I was in the station. I tried everything to get people to notice me, but it didn't work, so I kind of just stuck around. And it's funny, I guess. I never really noticed how long I was gone for. When I looked into the recording booth, Cecil was an old man. I never had a chance to look at my own reflection since I went into the dog park, but I didn't think I'd aged. Many of you know that all the mirrors in the station are covered. Cecil covered them himself, some sort of prophecy or something. He told all the interns never to uncover them, but I had to see what I looked like, if I had aged. Besides, it wasn't really like I was in that reality, I think. As usual, the women's bathroom was out of order. They never did manage to catch that velociraptor, I think. That, or they just don't feel like fixing whatever else is wrong with it. I could hear the weather playing, and Cecil himself stepped into the men's room to refill his water, as he always did, and pet the floating cat, which wasn't there. I tried to talk to him, but I don't think he noticed me. He looked so old, listeners. Ancient, in fact. His eye was clouded, and his other two eyes were all droopy and wrinkled. The lenses in his glasses were thicker, and he was having trouble with the taps, like his hands were stiff. I think Kochik died a while ago, because Cecil wasn't looking at where he used to float. I knew he couldn't see me or sense that I was there, so I started trying to uncover one of the mirrors. Let me tell you, those black curtains are heavy when you don't fully exist on the same plane as the thing you're trying to move. I was managing, though. I just wanted a peek. Cecil came right up behind me, just as I managed to pull the curtain aside an inch. I didn't mean for it to fall. I only wanted to see. I never should have. Cecil just looked into the mirror for a second, like he had never seen his own face. I looked into the mirror too, and there I was, reflected back with him. I was finally back in Night Vale. He sighed, and then Cecil sighed, and I don't remember what happened. I just remember a stabbing pain in my head, like everything that had ever existed was trying to get out, or trying to get in. When I finally regained my senses, Cecil was slumped on the floor, and all the mirrors were uncovered. I ran to get help, to find anyone who could help me, or help Cecil. But by the time I'd found someone who wasn't screaming in fear of me, it was too late. Cecil. He was gone. I remember thinking the whole time, this is my fault. This is all my fault. But, oh, listeners, he just looked so at peace with everything. They called the Night Vale EMTs, who haven't had much of anything to do since dying became so uncommon, and I went back into Cecil's office. There was a note for me. I still keep it in my pocket. I guess I'll read it to you guys. Dana, I knew you'd come back eventually. Since you are the longest-lasting intern at Night Vale Community Radio, the responsibility falls to you. You are the voice of Night Vale. I wish you the best of luck. Cecil. P.S. None of this was your fault. Everything was meant to be this way. Though time passes differently in Night Vale, I looked at the calendar. I had been gone for 42 years. I should look 63, but I don't. I look younger than when I left, and Cecil looked older than 70. It breaks my heart to have been gone for so long, Night Vale, to have left the people that cared about me here without any indication that I was alive and well, wandering the slip roads of the universe. Cecil says it wasn't my fault, but I still feel like it is. I feel like I don't deserve to be here in his place, doing what he should have done. I was the intern. He should be broadcasting my death, not the other way around. We all miss him. I know that there is not a single person, not even Steve Carlsberg, who isn't sad that he's gone. But we will remember, Night Vale. We will remember as we always have. Cecil has joined others, wherever it is that people go when they leave this existence. Maybe he's wandering the empty spaces of the universe. Maybe he looks down at us from the void. Or maybe he has joined the hierarchy of angels, which I don't think we're allowed to talk about even still. We won't know until we join him, listeners. We may never know. And so, as the voice of Night Vale, I feel it is my duty to continue tradition. Good night, Night Vale. Good night.